What's up, YouTube? Back with another Chiefs video. This is my Kansas City Chiefs Week 10 recap. It was a great game, intense, exciting. We remained undefeated with a field goal block to win the game. It was a great game. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. I'm gonna get into it. To close off the game, it was a great field goal block. Pat had a good game. He had no picks. We try to put our effort into the run game. We tried our best effort to put it in the run game, but it was very inefficient and it just didn't really work out. Denver has a great defense, like I said before, going into the game in my other video, and it showed. They were able to take away one aspect of our offense, but they weren't able to take away everything because Pat could still cut them up like when he needed to. Like even though he did miss that pass to Travis Kelce in the fourth quarter, he was able to cut them up when he needed to. He was efficient with his accuracy, passing completion percentage. He had one touchdown. He had a lot of passing yards, almost 300. That's what you expect from Pat. It's hard to take away the pass game and the run game, but they're able to take away one aspect, and they showed that they're a great defense, like I said, because we were averaging like 30 heading into that game, but then they held us to 16. Kareem Hunt found other ways to be effective. Just because Kareem Hunt didn't, as I stated, our running game wasn't that good, and Kareem Hunt was our main back. We had Carson Steele, but he didn't get that many touches, and Pat had a few runs, but it wasn't really all that. So, but Kareem Hunt had a good receiving game. Travis and Diop had a big game once again. We tried to incorporate Xavier Worthy, but you could tell that he's just still a rookie, and he just needs to be eased into the offense. And he's not ready to be the best that he can be, because like he can be better than that, and we all know that. So like expect like way more from when it comes to playoff times. Expect like the Xavier Worthy from like Texas Longhorns, from the University of Texas. You expect that type of Xavier Worthy, just a big game. Just as soon as you feed him the ball, he's just gone through everyone, and he's always blowing the top off the defense. I'd expect some more of that in the playoffs as we like use the full potential of the playbook, and just everybody's back, and it'll be easier for him. And just obviously in the next, because he's gonna be in the team for a while, so obviously like in the future seasons. But I just expect him to take his game to the next level in the playoffs. So let's get into the stats of the game. So with the team stats, we had 300 total yards, 243 passing yards, 57 rushing yards. We averaged 4.6 yards per play. We had 19 first downs. Our third down efficiency was 7 for 16. We've been great on third down efficiency throughout this season. Pat's been like 60% on third down efficiency. Our red zone was like heading into until we got D-Hop, I think, or was it until Kareem Hunt? Until we got to Kareem Hunt, we were like one of the bottom teams in the red zone. But then as soon as we got to Kareem Hunt, we're like we were with him. Like if you're just counting just with Kareem Hunt, then we're like a top 5 red zone offense. But then if you count the games as well, and then just this past game, we're like top 15, like top 12. Just at a top 10. So he's really boosted our red zone and our third down efficiency. He's just helped. He's been a big contributor to the team overall. We were 2 for 2 on fourth downs. The offensive line gave up 4 sacks. We punted the ball 4 times. We had 3 penalties against us, and the time of possession was 33 minutes to 26. Here's the player stats. Pat was 28 for 42. That's like what, 60-something%. Probably like mid-60, high 60-something%. Pat 266 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Kareem Hunt had he averaged 2 yards a carry. He had 14 carries for 35 yards. You expect more because he's done better previously, but this is a division rival, so you know that they're going to take this game very serious. We're undefeated. They want to get into the playoffs, so they wanted to take away Kareem Hunt, and then just if Pat's going to be Pat, because you can't really stop Pat, so at least take away Kareem Hunt. So I think they're mainly focused on that. Not to say he's just easy to take away, but like when they have the personnel to do it, so it's like you can't be ashamed because it's Denver's personnel. They have a great defense. They're young, but they're very good what they're building. For receiving game, Kareem Hunt had 7 receptions, 65 yards, 9.3 average. Travis Kelce had 64 yards, 8 receptions, 8 an average per catch. DeAndre Hopkins had 4 receptions for 56 yards, 14 average. And then Samaje Perine after that, Noah Gray, and then Xavier Worthy. So yeah, Travis Kelce and Diop were the best. Out of the receiving room, they were the best. Kareem Hunt was great, as I stated. He contributed in that way. It's a good game overall, but you just expect a better average of yards per carry for Kareem Hunt. To get into the next topic. Well, actually, I can still talk about our defense, how our defensive players played. So Nick Bolton had a good game. Najee Johnson had a good game too. Nick Bolton had a sack and 4 tackles. Najee Johnson had a sack and 6 tackles. Yeah, he was drafted. I don't know if many people remember, but he was drafted in the same class as Trent McDuffie and Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson, because when we traded for Tyreek Hill. So he was in that class, but I just think he got injured and he just didn't have as much minutes. So like now he's starting to get more minutes, and just because we got rid of L'Jarius Sneed and Jalen Watson's been out, so now he's getting more minutes. Like that whole draft class was very good. So it's like everybody in there can play. So like he's playing his role. This is clearly a great game for him. Defenses are going to start to look into him a lot more, but like he's clearly showing like his athleticism, because he's a speedy, athletic kind of guy. So like that's his kind of game. So like we can send him on a blitz, so like on like a fire zone or like a nickel blitz, like with the corner. So that's why you would see him get like a sack, and he had 6 tackles. He's very effective that way, and he could almost play like safety as well, but he is a corner. Yeah. Let's get into the next topic. What to expect in the Bills game at 4 o'clock. This is most likely for the 1 seed. So the Bills are good. They beat the Colts recently with Joe Flacco playing, because Anthony Richardson tapping out and whatnot. So they beat the Colts. It was like 30-20, I think. So like the Bills look good. I like Amari Cooper. I've stated that before. I think he's great. But after that, like they have Kincaid. I guess they have Knox. I think Knox is very inconsistent and he's aging. And then I think Kincaid's good, but I don't know if he's great as yet. So it's like it's really just Amari Cooper, and then you have James Cook, so I like the back as well. And then Josh Allen, I think he's the second best quarterback in the whole league. I think it's him or Lamar. I think Lamar might be better, but like as a passer, I would pick Josh. And then not to say Lamar can't pass. Lamar's a great passer, but I think that Josh is probably the second best like quarterback that we tend to see in this league, if that makes sense. The second best like passing quarterback, I guess, to be fair. And their defense is good with Sean McDermott being a defensive coach. They got Taron Johnson, Taylor Rapp, DeMar Hamlin's playing well. Terrell Bernard in the linebacker room. The Otto Oliver up front. Their defense is strong, but I still do think like I still had some worries like how the Ravens just completely destroyed them, and like how they almost lost the Jets game if the kicker would have kicked properly. There's just a couple of issues with the Bills, but I do think that they'll play us hard. Like the last game, I tried to call it being like a more comfortable lead, and I didn't get that one right. So let's say I'd expect us to win by like 3 or 4. I would expect like probably 3 or 4. It's gonna be a close game because every single game we play them, whether it's playoffs or regular season, it's close. They usually beat us in the regular season. So like we'll see how this one goes because we're undefeated, and we're gonna want this one until the end of the year where we might start resting some players. But we know we're gonna want this one. But it'll be interesting to see. So yeah, like overall, that's really all I'm really gonna say for the 4 o'clock game against the Bills this coming Sunday. It should be a good game. I know the Bills fans are gonna want they're gonna want to end our hopes of having an undefeated season, and they'll probably, because we always end their hopes of getting to the playoffs or just getting to the Super Bowl or getting to the championship game. They did get to the championship game one time, but to get to the Super Bowl or to even win a Super Bowl, we're always the ones to knock them off. So they're gonna want to knock us off this time. But it should be a very good game, probably the best game we might see all season. Let's hope. And I just want to take a look at the remaining games left on the schedule because it's looking more possible that we could go undefeated. A lot of people are now starting to bring it up, like a lot of networks and just whatnot. I did call it a few weeks back. I was one of the earlier people to say I think that we can go undefeated. So because this is the best I've seen us, because our defense is now hitting our peak, because as I stated, like our defense is getting better year after year, so it's like it's only getting better, and now it looks like it's primed, like it has this championship DNA. Like the defense knows to turn it on, knows when to turn it on and turn it off, just like our offense. So it's like, and then our special teams is always great. So it's like everything's coming together, even though we do have injured players, and the players will be coming back. So it's like not just the 3-peat. I think we will 3-peat, and a lot of people do think that, but I think the undefeated season is still possible. So let's just take a look at the remaining games left on our schedule. We have I already talked about the Bills. So we have the Panthers and the 1 o'clock after the Bills with Bryce Young. I mean, they beat the Giants, but the Giants aren't any good. They really haven't been good in years, like since like Odell and Eli and Tom Coughlin as the head coach. So it's like it's been a while, really. The Raiders, we faced them already. Yeah, we faced them already. That was a close game. I think we can beat them. The Chargers, we have again. So these games aren't really that tough. It's just these teams will probably try to play us tough because like. They're pretty gritty teams. Like I'd say the Panthers are becoming a gritty team because they're starting to run the ball more, not having Bryce just pass it so much. you know, because they expected Bryce to pass it. Even if you're a first overall pick and you're like supposed to be the savior of the franchise, you got to have some sort of like identity to your offense. You got to have like a run game, otherwise it won't work. Like you can't do anything about that. Like if they're gonna load up a bunch of DBs out there and you just the window's gonna be tighter and look at the DBs nowadays, they're fast and they're quick. Like you can't pass through that window, so it's gonna be really tough. Even if your quarterback is a first overall pick and a generational talent. So yeah, the Chargers game should be a good game. The Browns, I don't think will be that good. The Browns and the Panthers, I won't think that would be that good. The Raiders will probably be good just because it's divisional. The Chargers should be good because they're the second best team in the division. I still don't think that they're ready to beat us. The Texans is not looking as tough as it was before. They lost to the Lions last night in that insane walk-off field goal to just squeak by the field goal post. With the Steelers, I think the Steelers is probably the best game left on the schedule, aside from the Bills, because we haven't played the Bills as yet. I can talk about that after next week, after we play the Bills. Hopefully we're still undefeated. And then Broncos to end the year. So I think the Steelers on Christmas will probably be the toughest game yet. So like let's just hope that Andy doesn't rest the players. And like if you're in the same boat as me, if you think that we can go undefeated, it'd be nice if he doesn't rest the players. If there's a real shot, like if we're like 15-0, like why not just like why not let them play some of the games? You know, like at least try to get a lead. So that we can try to finish undefeated just for the legacy, you know. It's not to be greedy or anything, but like if you can do it, like no team's ever done it, so why not do it? Like that's not greedy, you know. Like if you really believe you can do it, no team's ever done it, just do it. Like it's just, you know, it's just why not, I guess. But anyways, that's to end the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Feel free, and peace out.